Once upon a time, in a sunny little town by the sea, there lived a group of children who loved to play and explore. They spent their days running through the fields, climbing trees, and playing in the sand on the beach. One day, as they were playing on the beach, a little boy named Tommy ran up to his friend Sarah and gave her a big hug. Sarah didn't like the hug, and she pulled away from Tommy, feeling uncomfortable. Tommy didn't understand why Sarah didn't like his hug. He thought he was just being friendly and showing her how much he cared about her. But Sarah knew that she had a right to her own personal space. She knew that she didn't have to let anyone touch her or hug her if she didn't want to. Sarah sat down on the beach and began to draw in the sand. Tommy sat down next to her, feeling confused and a little hurt. "Why don't you like hugs?" he asked. "It's not that I don't like hugs," Sarah replied. "It's just that I want to be asked first. I want to have a choice about who touches me and how." Tommy thought about what Sarah had said, and he realized that he had never thought about body boundaries before. He had always just hugged his friends without thinking about whether they wanted to be hugged or not. As the children played and explored together, Sarah and Tommy began to talk more about body boundaries and consent. They talked about how important it was to respect each other's personal space and ask for permission before touching someone else. At first, some of the other children didn't understand why body boundaries were important. They thought that hugs and physical contact were just a normal part of friendship. But Sarah and Tommy explained to them that everyone has the right to their own body and their own personal space. Body boundaries are like a special bubble that we have around our bodies. It's like our own space that we don't want other people to touch unless we say it's okay. It's important to listen to how someone else feels and ask for their permission before touching them. Just like we don't want others to touch us in ways that make us feel uncomfortable, we should also respect how other people feel about their bodies. When someone wants to give you a hug or a kiss, but you don't want them to, you can say, "No thank you," or, "I don't want a hug/kiss right now." When someone tries to touch your private parts, like your chest or your bottom, you can tell them, "Stop. That's my private area and I don't want you to touch it." When someone tries to take off your clothes or asks you to take off your clothes, you can say, "No, I don't want to do that," and tell a grown-up you trust about what happened. Remember, it's always okay to say, "No," and speak up if someone makes you feel uncomfortable or tries to touch you in a way you don't like. Your body is your own, and you get to decide who touches it and how. And as they played and explored together, they knew that they were creating a safe and respectful community where everyone could feel comfortable and happy.